මේ වෙලාවේ රනිල් තමයි.
A public rally pledging support to President Ranil Wickremesinghe was held this evening at the Mathura Fort with the participation of politicians representing several parties including Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna and the United National Party.
Even though the country was restored to a certain extent following the crisis, we will be unable to achieve the targets we expect if we fail to hand over this country to a brave leader with a vision and experience. That is why we, along with the general public, propose that the country be handed over to Ranil Wickremesinghe.
මේ රටේ ජනතාව ඉල්ලන්නේ රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මැතිතුමාට මේක බාර දෙන්න කියලා. අතිගරු ජනාධිපති එතකොට හිටපු
Former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa instructed us to invite Sajith Premadasa to accept the premiership. He instructed us to present the necessary information pertaining to state accounts to Sajith Premadasa. I instructed the incumbent central bank governor and the treasury secretary to meet the opposition leader at his office and share the necessary information with him. Along with the opposition leader, there were Dr. Harsha De Silva, Iran Vikramaratne and Kabir Hashim, who claimed to be economic experts. Following 2-hour discussions, they said the country cannot be resurrected and that the situation will be worse, similar to that of Lebanon, Libya and Greece. However, one person saw this situation from a different perspective. He was none other than President Ranil Wickremesinghe. That is why we extend our support to Ranil Wickremesinghe to revive the collapsed economy of the country.
අපේ සම්පූර්ණ සහයෝගය ලබා දීලා මේ රට වැටිච්ච තටින් ගොඩනගන්නට මේ උත්සාහ කරන්න කියන එක මම කියන්නට ඕන.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe arrived at the rally later in the evening.
During discussions with scientists, Anura Kumara Disanayaka claims that the country's external debt amounts to $41 billion and that it can be easily repaid. He is unaware whether the denomination is in rupees or dollars. He questions whether the postponement of debt repayment is a matter to celebrate. He says he is able to repay the entire $41 million debt completely. However, in a previous interview, he stated that he too will negotiate a postponement of debt repayment. He is completely unaware of what he said earlier.
We are here to commence our political campaign for the presidential election. Most people say that the president is yet to announce whether he is contesting in the upcoming polls or not. However, we will commence our campaign today. When the election results are announced, all of you can witness a massive victory for the president and the government. At the same time, people will question whether the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna has made a decision to nominate the president as the candidate. All MPs representing Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna on this stage are united in the aim of getting Ranil Wickremesinghe elected as the country's president. We all know that our party leader have understood that well. Those who are not party leaders might have different opinions. Not just the leaders of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, but the majority of its members will also unite in supporting President Ranil Wickremesinghe as soon as the elections are announced.
I have anchored the Titanic ship which was handed over to me at the harbour. All the former captains ran away. There was no one else to claim responsibility due to the looming fear of the iceberg. What are we going to do? Are we going to refurbish the ship and use it for another 50 or 100 years, or hand over its responsibility to a former captain who earlier ran away? Both our economic and political systems collapsed. However, we somehow took over its responsibility. I had self-confidence and the public's confidence. We have regained stability and have a long way to go. We will not increase the VAT. However, we might have to impose a wealth tax on Sri Lanka's wealthiest. There is no issue since none of you will be affected by it. We have obtained funds by selling our bonds to the private sector. Following the signing of agreements with the bilateral creditors, bondholders began to discuss matters with us. I thought it would take at least a month. Discussions are continuing successfully. We expect to conclude those discussions by next week. Following its conclusion, we will have an agreement. I informed the chairman of the Committee on Public Finance, Dr. Harsha De Silva, to analyze these agreements and enter into discussions. I informed him that we should focus on elections following the conclusion of those discussions. People ask which party my cabinet belongs to. My cabinet represents the members of parliament who united in the interest of the country. I invite the leaders of the opposition to join with us. If they do, we can make the entire parliament a government next time, giving them the opportunity to learn from me.